Hi. So the third archetype. We're gonna speak about the mentally unstable girl. She comes in many forms. She comes in the form of this cutesy girl with quirks who, once in a while, when shows you her math side. So she's cute till you do something she doesn't like, kind of a thing. So that's the cutesy mentally unstable girl. Then there is this mentally unstable girl, which is a lot more sinister, a lot more planned, very similar to my ex-girlfriend or something like a gone girl, very skinny, kind of a mentally unstable person. Then there is, of course, the real mentally unstable person, which is something like characters in Gull Interrupted. So whether that's Angelina Jolie or Winona Ryder, so that's somebody who genuinely has mental illness, and that's the one part of it. And then there is this. Which never gets shown in the movie, and that's what we're going to speak about. So, what is mental instability? In general, mental instability is when your reality and imagination does not match, and the distress that you feel when that mismatch happens is what causes the so-called instability, right? So that happens to just about everybody. You don't really have to label it, you don't really have to judge it. What happens in case of women is we get judged a lot, and we actually go through a lot of instability in our lives because we also deal with hormonal issues, we also deal with having a uterus, we also deal with life issues like marriage, children, losing your uterus, menopause, this, that, etc. Right? So there's instability built into our bodies. So there's that part of it. And the other side of it is that there's instability that gets caused because I think women specifically try to have an imagination, and they try to live a little more structured life, and they like to live with a little more stability. The stability is basis what you said to them, right? And what you say and what you do, that doesn't matter, that causes inherent stability. So if you look at it in relationship, that happens when you're dealing with somebody who is emotionally unavailable, when their words and actions don't match, when they lie to you, when they cheat on you, when they abandon you, when they don't look out for you, when the care is inconsistent, when there's a lot of these trends of casuality being followed, etc., etc. When you're just an option in somebody's life, that causes instability by default. So, are you mentally unstable, or is your reality and imagination not matching? Then there is at work. What is the instability at work, where you are extremely hardworking or whatever, but maybe your boss says something to you, does something else, maybe there's judgment, unfairness, maybe your personality is too much, maybe you're too direct, maybe you are somebody who can confront very easily, maybe you're somebody who calls it out, maybe you're somebody who's really direct, maybe you're somebody who has leadership qualities and that is being resented by people who don't have it. Whether you have colleagues who take credit, you have juniors who could be passive aggressive, that could cause instability. And in friends and families, there could be jealousy. There could be somebody who's not happy with the fact that you don't fall in love with your own versions of reality and you can outgrow yourself. That you can confront your past and your past behavior, and you can change habits, you can change lifestyles, and you can just be a better version of yourself. Friends and families get really threatened the moment they see a different version of you, because they want to say, I know this person and this is what this person is, and they like to have that box around you at all times, right? So that's the familiarity that friends and family see. If you don't give it to them, that can cause instability in both our lives. Now, none of this ever gets written in the hero's journey, right? This is not part of the hero's journey. A woman who seems mentally unstable could be somebody with a lot of clarity, or could be somebody who's very perceptive, or could also be somebody who's intuitive, who has done the work, so has evolved. And in my experience, most evolved people have been called mad at some point in their life. It has nothing to do with gender. And I almost take it as a compliment, because the easiest is to discourage somebody is to either call them mad or to character assassinate them by questioning their morals. Simplest hacks to discredit, right? But so what? So they call you mad. Does that mean that your argument is any less relevant? Does that mean that archetypes have been written for real mental illness like BPD, anxiety, depression in the times at which they were written? Is there enough depth and understanding about it? Does anybody have the right to call anybody anything? Mentally unstable girl is just somebody whose reality and imagination does not match, and that is not something which is completely in her control. That's something that requires coherence with the world around her and people in her life, and her own sense of self. It's a war with self and just finding peace within yourself. And yeah, of course, it's threatening, and evolved person is always called a little mad, and that's okay. It's almost a compliment. Take it.